Hey y'all, it's that time of year again, which means it's snake breeding season. Well, at least the winter breeder snakes. Like a lot of Drymarchon and a lot of colubrids, they'll are spring breeders, so we're not going to mess with them. So it's going to be ball pythons and boas for this coming spring 2021 egg season. So with me here is KC, or Kansas City, because that's how he rolls. He is a pastel clown ball python. And we're just going to go through and show some of the pairings that we've had this year and plan to do as such. So far, he has been paired to Topeka here, who is our super pastel, supposedly het clown female. At least that's how we obtained her as, so we'll find out. That's why we're going to put him to it, because he's the visual. So either way, we'll get het clowns, and because he's pastel, she's super pastel, we should get quite a few killer clowns. But we're not going to put her in here with. We're not going to put him in with her. They've already locked several times, as per her little card, which is always something you want to do. I'm sure you've seen on other people's videos. But we're going to plug him in with one of our two sisters, who are blade het clown females. So here is Albany. Right? No, this is Kona. Kona. So she's a blade het clown. So hopefully we can produce some pastel blade clowns. And also to kind of prove them out a little bit as well, then we can start putting other animals to them. Kona's sister, Albany, here, is another blade het clown. We're going to put our banana het clown male, banana blade het clown male, Indy, who is an awesome little breeder. Well, we'd like to think he's a breeder. He's locked several times, including with a black pastel female, which he has right here, Nola. So she's just a standard black pastel. We've tried to make 8 balls and stuff with her before. It hasn't really happened. But we've been putting Indiana to her to make black pastel banana possible het clowns, which will be really fun. But, so we're going to put him in here with her, which I know they're not visual, so it's a het to het, which means there's a 1 in 4 chance that they'll actually hit instead of half or whatever that may be with the visuals. I know genetics gets a little complicated, and I'll do a whole podcast about that later. But, so we're going to put him in there, and as in with record keeping and keeping track like we said with the cards, we have these right here that we're going to attach to the outside of their tubs. Back in you go, Indy. Indy's tub. And then we just mark these like this, so that way we can keep track of when they're in there, when they lock up, when they ovulate, when they shed, all of that fun stuff, to hopefully keep better track of when these guys will actually ovulate, have their follicles grow, and then get some baby eggs. So that's all nice and fun. We have so Juno over here, who is our ghost pastel yellow belly female. We're gonna put in our ghost Enchi male Rico. So there's a couple different lines of ghost, and ghost is just one line of hypo, which is a recessive trait in ball pythons. Hypo, or hypomelanistic, it's a reduction of the coloration, so it kind of fades them out and brightens them up a little bit, so they're not nearly as dark, they're a lot lighter, and it's a visual recessive. There are a couple lines of ghost out there, like I said, and I'm not exactly sure which ones these are. There's an orange ghost, which I know they're not because they will always claim as such. There's a green ghost, which there's not too many people actually working in the States with them. There's a couple people up in Canada who work with them a lot. There you go. And then there's a couple other different lines of ghosts that I think are compatible. Someone out there can maybe correct me, hopefully knows a little bit more about the ghost gene. But we'll see. So hopefully we're going to get all visual ghosts and then Enchi pastel yellow bellies, which would be super, super cool. And then in keeping with when we were plugging them in, we just have to write down, they ate 2 days ago, so they're going to go, males are going back in. Rico 1-9, just like that, right? So Topeka, she's not going to get a male this time. So Albany, Kona, they're all in there. So here's Austin. She is our, she's in shed, but we're still going to put the boy in. So she was purchased from another breeder here in Colorado as either a yellow belly or a gravel. He was pretty sure gravel, but he couldn't really prove it, so we kind of got her at a really good price. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to grab this boy right here, Al, or Alabama. We call him Al for a reason. No offense to you guys in Alabama, but Al. So he is a banana ivory. So it's the super yellow belly and then the banana gene, which the ivory covers up the banana. But you can tell when they're little if you shine a black light on, also if you had a super banana as the pairing. So hopefully, if she proves out to be gravel, we can get banana highway ball pythons, which will be super awesome. They locked up last year, but I thought I saw the ovulation. I think I just missed it. I'm still kind of working on this a little bit too, you guys. So, there we go. Ow! We've already had one lock on them this season, but we want to get at least 3 good locks, you know? So, there's that. And then we have Nola, who's going to get Indy, but not on this round. We have Phoenix, which is, I'm sure you're wondering why I just have this open tub sitting here. So Phoenix here is just a fireball python, so it's the single gene incomplete dominant. They make a black-eyed loose. That's the only downside to these tubs is that lid. But there's just a whole lot more space, and it makes me feel better. So they make black-eyed leucistics, and so like those blue-eyed leucistics that we always see and that we have a few of, that hopefully we'll be making a few of this season as well as in the coming years as some girls are starting to grow up a little bit. The black-eyed leucistics, they are still really popular. They don't get produced nearly as much because fire is mostly used as a lightning gene like pastel or orange dream, more than actually producing the black-eyed leucistics, other than like Wilbanks and stuff like that, which, don't get me wrong, Wilbanks has some really nice animals. So this is Kenai. He is our male fire, so hopefully we can produce some super fires this year. Kenai. 1-9. Cool. So, above Phoenix is Delaware, who, again, we acquired a small collection, and under the assumption that she is a het genetic stripe female. Big girl. She's locked a couple times, never produced anything. So we're going to plug Cleveland, our banana genetic stripe male. So it's a lot more apparent when they are younger, because as you know, ball pythons have a tendency to kind of fade out. But there's that genetic stripe there with the banana gene, which I think looks really cool. So we're going to put him in with Delaware. Boop. And hopefully we can make some more banana genetic stripes, because genetic stripe is a visual recessive, just like the ghost, and albino clown, all that fun jazz, and banana's that incomplete dominant. And I think that combo looks really cool. I like the banana with the genetic stripe, and I like banana with a lot of like the darker ones, because then that just kind of makes them more purple, which is why we're trying to produce the banana black pastels. So we're going to come over here, Cleveland, 1-9. There we go. Maya, she's just the pet, the one that had the egg binding problem. Virginia, she produced a nice... She didn't produce a big clutch, just the eggs were huge this last year. So we're going to give her the year off. Brandy, as we have all seen in the videos, she's just our big giant girl who's in the back warming up on the hot side. We're going to put... There we go. Maybe, possibly. We'll see. We're going to put Glacier in with her. Glacier, who has been the daddy of some of the stars of other ball python clutches that we had, is the GHI Mojave. Everybody likes GHI because, well, like it's in the name, gotta have it. I really like them. It's just that single gene, incomplete dominant, but I still really like it, and I love everything with Mojave, so maybe we can produce some more GHI Mojaves, and if not, just some GHI's Mojaves that are really good for a lot of different projects. And then Penny. Penny is our... Oh, gotta write this down. 1-9 Glacier. Penny is our giant pinstripe het pied female. We also produced her, so as you can see, ball pythons will soak, so, you know, sometimes giving them that larger water dish is nice. And she just places this all the time, which is why this giant, over 4,000 gram female ball python is in this larger rack. I'm not big enough to need, like, I don't produce enough that would require the smaller rack systems, and I don't have a whole lot of them. So I want to do the best that I can for the animals that I have, which is, if I have this giant female, I want to give her the room to stretch out. So still in a rack system, but she has a huge water bowl. She shoved all of her decor to the back because she's a butthead, and then this giant water bowl for her to soak in if she wants to. So, that being said, we're going to put our boy Seattle, who is an awesome breeder. He's the one who produced our banana pie clutch with Georgia, who she's getting the season off because I like to give my animals the season off. A little bit more long-lived, a little bit healthier, and they can produce for longer too. So just a standard pied. So like I said, she's the pinstripe het pied female. She's the only one that actually came with paperwork, and so she's a het pied from BHB. So we'll see if she actually produces. She's locked up with Seattle a couple times. Utah is proving to be the world's worst breeder. But he's a really good education animal, so that's why we keep him. And also I feel bad about rehoming my pets too. So once again, not the best ball python breeder. So we're going to put him in there with there. And then we have, last but not least, we have Minnesota. Let's see, 1-9 Seattle. Minnesota, she is a lesser pastel possible het ghost. She always likes to hide, hi Blackbean, she always likes to hide at the back of her thing, even when she was smaller and she was in one of the smaller racks. Blackbean, you're a crazy boy. So she always is in the back under her hide. But we're going to, there's a couple different ones that I'm wanting to put in there with her because I want to produce bells this year. We have Monty, who's just a lesser, who I've put in there with her. But my favorite for the running is this big boy, who is a monster of a male. What do you want, Tucson? Over here. I'll show him to you really quick. So this is, as you can see, he is a big male ball python. And yes, I know he's a male because he is the one who combated with our other male who we thought was a girl. And she did produce eggs 2 seasons ago, but they kind of dudded out, so we got some ping pong balls out of her. But he is a leopard Mojave. So the leopard to lesser, or leopard, the Mojave to lesser produces those pure white bells, those blue-eyed leucistics. The super lesser, sometimes you get the bug-eyed. With the super Mojaves, you get that kind of like patch, sorry buddy, the patch of kind of darker on their head. So I like the butter to lesser, the Mojave to lesser, the Russos, because those produce the white animals and they usually have less of a chance of getting the bug eyes or the different spots on them. Plus, I like leopard in everything. So we're going to put you in here. And do your thing, Tucson! So, that being said, that's all the ones... Oh, hey, he shed. That's all the ones that we currently have working right now. But that being said, we do have a couple females that are almost ready to go that hopefully will be up to over 1,500 grams by, March or so, that we're going to try to pair to have. So hopefully we'll have babies kind of all year round. So if you want to come over here and take a look, we have this girl who is a favorite but a butthead. She is at 1,100 grams, so we'll see if she gets there, and if not, it's totally fine. She's been a problem feeder, but she is Reno. This is Mojave Leopard Pinstripe, and if I remember correctly, that particular combo is called Civet or Civet. So she'll produce some really fun ones, hopefully coming up real soon. This girl, Salem, she is a Mystic Potion possible het pie. We don't know if she is, because once again, it was part of that collection acquisition. We paired her up with Tulsa, who's a Mojave Banana Bee, but number one, I don't really want to produce a whole lot of spiders. I'm aware that there's a lot of the controversy around the spider gene, and I'm not going to get into that, but I don't really want to produce a whole lot. As well as when I was going through some of the records that I had, it was purchased, and I have the receipt for the Mojave Banana Bee, but when I was looking at the card that they sent, it says Enchi Banana Bee. So, a little weird. So we actually went and acquired a Mojave Banana Ball Python male. He's still in quarantine. He'll be in there for another month or so, month and a half. And then we will pair him up with her to hopefully make Banana Mystic Potions. We've tried pairing Seattle and Utah to her to see if she'd prove out Pied for the Mystic and the Mojave Pieds, but she won't take them. She took Tulsa right away, and we're hoping that Jellybean, I did not name him, upstairs, once he is down here, will be ready to go. And then two more for you guys. We have Sequoia, alright, who is a Fire Enchi Blade Het Clown. So, what if we have KC, who's the Pastel Clown, we have Indy, who's the Banana Blade Het Clown. So whatever male we put into her grumpy butt will produce some really cool animals because everybody loves clowns, as well as, can you imagine a banana fire Enchi blade clown? That'd be really cool. So hopefully she'll be up to weight soon enough. And then last but not least, another kind of grumpy girl. We have Holly, who pooped. That's cool. Who pooped here with a little bit of shed that I missed. We'll just take it all. Who is a female banana. So female bananas, we can't get enough of those, right? So we'll put her to... I don't know what we'll put to her. Maybe we'll do... Actually, I think I kind of want to know. I think I know who I do want to put her to, and that is another grumpy boy over here, Little Rock. Sorry, buddy. Hi, bud. Come here. Come here, Little Rock. Who is a cinnamon bamboo. So we do have Wash, who is the single gene bamboo. This guy has cinnamon as well, which looks really cool. It darkens him up because I like those kind of darker, earthy tones, almost like a chocolatey look to him. And then he has those cool little freckling, because I love that pixelation. And so that with banana I think will look pretty cool, because the cinnamon black pastel bananas always look really cool. And then I really like the bamboo gene, so maybe we'll get some fun ones with that. So hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more updates and everything like that. We'll keep you guys updated. Check Jay-Z's Reptiles on Facebook, on Instagram. Hit me up if you have questions, jayzsreptiles@gmail.com. And we'll catch you next time.